Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste, Shastikal, Wanakam, Salamanikun, Ta Chia Hao, Dai Ka Ho, Tai Zi Ka Hao. Tonight, as I just mentioned, I'm very grateful to have my friend came over all the way from Nova Scotia. You know, I know he still have a home there, even though he's practicing law in Toronto, to help me out. And for that, I really appreciate Mr. McKay. I would like to begin by thanking my family and friends for your presence here tonight and showing your support in my moving Markham forward journey. Thank you for electing me to Markham and Regional Council in October 2010 and 2014. As Regional Councillor, I am happy to report that I have achieved what I set out to do. I have been working hard for the past 7.5 years to serve Markham residents. Let me take a moment and share some of my accomplishments. Because I respect the taxpayer dollar, I have chosen for 8 consecutive years to be fiscally responsible and not spend a single dollar of the council discretion budget. You know, I brought forward the motion for elected chairman for York Region. With my support from my colleagues like Jim and Nimala Armstrong, we actually got it through to things by became law. But I guess, you know, we may have to wait again. So our premier just canceled that. So otherwise, we will be the first time have an elected chairman. You know, I think it's important because 1.2 million people of York Region deserve to give in that democratic choice. As my friend Mr. McKay pointed out, this is a democratic process. You know, like I think they should be given that choice to elect the people to serve as York Region chairman. You probably, someone that live in Markham have not paid attention. If you drive along 16th Avenue on McCowan and Kennedy, you saw the bus stop. There's a polar solar panel there that reflect the light, electricity to show the bus arrival timing. Because in the past, people complain about they don't know when the next bus is coming. So I work very hard to get the York Region budget to have that in place. So people like my mom doesn't know how to use app to find out when the next bus arriving. He can see at least there's flashing light, just like we were on Highway 7, when is the next bus coming. I also introduced the automatic waste collection system in Sweden. You know, for the past 7 years, when I started, people think that I'm crazy. You know, I'm not trying to put people out of work because technology, Markham is well known for high tech. So I want Markham to be on the world map, that in the future, you won't see garbage truck coming in to pick up waste anymore. Everything will be done through underground delivery. Very efficient. So finally, I was very happy last week. One of the prominent builders called me and said, Joe, we will be the first one to introduce this system in the city of Markham. So I was just shocked to learn the news. At least finally someone is going to step up and lead by example. Last year, December 13, 2017, with the support of my colleague, Regional Councillor Jim John and Nimala Armstrong, the city of Markham, declare every December 13 to remember the Nanjing Massacre. For those of you who don't know what happened 80 years ago, that's history. We hope we don't have to repeat again. So Markham is a city that will remember every year on December 13 about the massacre that happened during the Second World War. We host the annual diversity program. I see some of my Indian colleagues here. They're probably aware about the singing that we have on the theater. Oh, we have the famous singer here at the back here. Maybe he was going to sing some Indian song later on. So those was very successful. It was launched almost like 6 years ago. In 2016, we have a trade mission in India. So we attracted a company called RAD365 Solution, an IT service provider delivering software solution. It's called teleradiology. I'm not a doctor, maybe I don't read it properly. Knowledge processing and data analytic solution for the healthcare industry. This company will create jobs in our community. I would like to take a moment to welcome Dr. Sanjeev Pal, President and co-founder of RAD365 Solution from Kolkata, that came all the way from Kolkata, West Bengal. Dr. Pal, could you stand up? Thank you for investing in the city of Markham. After the trade mission, the Chief Minister of West Bengal, Mamata Banerjee, invited me back to host the West Bengal Global Summit. It helped us to rekindle our relationship in India, and many of you probably are not aware about. I'm from India myself. Anyway, we also have one street in Markham named after Dr. Sun Yat-sen. Dr. Sun Yat-sen is the first founder of China that introduced democracy in Asia. About 100 years ago, technically in Asia, there's no democratic elected country. He was the first one. So in the 100-year anniversary, so I have one street named after him, but I keep on joking with the mayor, that was the shortest street in the whole world. Even India went to war with China. They have one of the longest Sun Yat-sen Avenue in my hometown in Calcutta. So the city of Chongsan, thanks for our work, and they have sent us the longest dragon. That was a Guinness record that was set about 5.4 kilometers long, the dragon, the dancing in the Markham Town Center, the parking lot there. Over the past 7 years, I traveled a lot to India, China, and obviously I have another home called Sweden. Right? So people often, my Swedish counselor always joke that if I have known you, that you are Swedish, I probably introduced my system, the waste system, to Markham rather than been trying to convince David Miller, but he still won't convince, still spend the $200 million in St. Thomas for the landfill instead of the waste solution. Anyway, so as one of the Canada's most culturally diverse society, so Markham, is as fluent, as diverse, growing community, firmly rooted in proud heritage. We have witnessed both the economic prosperity. As your regional councillor, an enormous responsibility lie ahead for me in planning the future of Markham. I take great pride in the role of helping Markham to grow. There's a great emphasis on sustainability, with ongoing and increasing concern over traffic gridlock, over development, and social infrastructure. Sustainability is key. As wonderful as Markham is some of the best, we build to meet the need of the present and the future generation. I will continue to the utmost of my capacity to raise Markham a better place to work, play, learn, moving Markham forward as the most desirable community in the GTA, perhaps even in Canada for family and businesses. My vision for the next 4 years as regional councillor, obviously everyone would like me to keep the property tax low. And I would like to cut the regional deficit of 2.9 billion by 25%. Because deficit, you have to pay interest. So if you don't cut the deficit, guess what happened? It come back to haunt us. We have to increase your property tax. Implement business plan for that one I just mentioned, the automatic waste collection system. Finally, a businessman step forward. So we will start working with my colleague at the council to try how we're going to implement the system here. Going to create more jobs, with the 31st World Hakka Conference that coming to the city of Markham in October 2021. Most people probably are not aware about when I went with my colleague, regional Deputy Mayor not Jim John, I was just promoted him, Jack Heath, to Hong Kong to bid for a World Hakka Conference. We are up against Sydney, Australia, London, England, and Guangzhou from China. So people ask me, where is Markham? I say it's north of Toronto. What Sydney have 5 million, London have 12 million, Guangzhou have 18 million, and Markham has only 365,000. So people are wondering why we had the guts to come and beat against those three giant cities. But I'm not going to elaborate. We got it in the back. We came home. And I want to take the opportunity to thank my friend, Mr. Fenway. Mr. Fay, you stand up. He looked very simple. I have to tell you, without his support, I would not have the courage to go and bid for the conference. Because when the mayor asked me how much it's going to cost us, I said $2 million. He said, no way we're going to pay $2 million. So Mr. Wei invited the mayor to his home and calmed the mayor. He said, don't worry, let's get the conference to Markham first. We'll worry about the problem later. So, but mayor turned around and asked Mr. Wei, would you be able to make that commitment? And he may not be able to understand English fluently, but he responded immediately, no problem. 我刚刚说，我进取那个世界垦丁大会的，我是市长很担心，所以我带他来范总理的家吃过晚饭。他说有没有人支持？我说我有范总的支持啊。那我说虽然你听英文听得不懂，但是你说 no problem 没问题，说就是你那一句没问题，给了我一个很大的勇气。跑到香港去争取这个世界垦丁大会，谢谢范总。Well, we need to also provide resources for community safety. You heard about all this problem happening now in the GTA lately. This is the only thing I would agree with the City of Toronto Mayor John Tory. I may not agree with him on transit, except on this one here, when I was listening to his speech. Because if we can keep the kid in the school, then the problem that suffer on the street will not happen. Why? When those kids get grade 10 if they can't graduate, guess what? People surrounding them is going to take advantage. If they can make money after grade 10 without graduating, guess what? They will take an easy road there. So we have to invest to keep them in the school. That's why it's critical, you know, Markham invests in the community, and I will keep that pledge too. Well, my last item here is I'd like to reinstate the democratic process for the elected regional chairman. I know I fought for it, I got it, but just because the premier taken away, it doesn't mean it's going to be there. So I think that we probably would like to revisit it again. I am a consistent and persistent fighter. I will always fight when something I believe is right. And Mr. McKay said, if that is a democratic process, then I will uphold that principle. We'll make sure to convince our premier to reverse his decision, and hopefully 2022, that will be the first time the region of York will be elect our chairman, once and for all. I can say only this with your support, because without your support, it will be difficult to get re-elected. In the event that you want to volunteer or take up lawn sign to show your support, you know, my team is being probably try to canvass you in the door to try to sign up your name. I want to conclude by thanking my fundraising manager, Shan Ling. Are you in the room, Shan? He's still working outside. Campaign manager, Mike Gonzalez. See? Those two guys still work. Oh, he's at the back there. Yeah. And I have a whole bunch of team. I'm not going to name them. I don't want to miss. But there's also one lady I want to thank, my assistant, Neera Chakraborty. Yeah. She's here somewhere. Yeah. She keep me focused, you know, and she is the one keep on telling me, Joe, you have a job ahead of you, you know, you have to get it done. And sometimes I try to relax, and she's the one, she keep on pushing me. I always joke with her, because sometimes she get offended when I say that. It always sounds like she's actually the regional councillor. Well, we have many volunteer friends and Markham resident, businesses, cultural and community leaders who have come together to support me tonight. I think my MC, I have a long list for them to read out. Shanta, you got that list, right? Oh, I don't know whether he got the list or not. I gave him the long list because I don't want to miss out all the key people the community come. But I just want to take the opportunity I know there are some, beside my colleague, there are some candidates also here that are running for office that are present here. I just want to acknowledge them. We have Dr. Benson Lau running for Ward 8. We have Howard Shan, I think he's somewhere. Oh, here, yeah, running for Ward 8. And we have Jennifer Wang running for Ward 3. We have Larry Lau running for Ward 2. Now he's here. Larry Lau. I don't have his card. Earlier here. I'm just thinking who I missed.
Alex Yoon.
Alex. No. That federal have to wait next year, okay? We're talking about municipal. Sabine Ho. Oh, yes. My good friend Sabine Ho, running for regional council in the town of Richmond Hill. Oh, someone just told me there is a candidate, Scott, out also present here. Scott, you're here? Yeah, okay. Scott, you're running for Ward 5, right? Okay. So I hope I didn't miss anyone, right? Oh, okay. She is actually reappointed to York Region School Board again. And I think I just saw she put her name running for the trustee again. That's why when you give the list to somebody, you don't take it back, you can't read it. So I think my mind is still fresh. I was still able to recall some of the people name here. But for the association, I think I have given, there's a long list here to ask my MC to read it out, to thanks all of you. And tonight, one more time, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I see the big crowd here tonight. And with your support, I will do my best and keep working and make sure I get re-elected on October 22nd so I can finish my work that I set out for the next 4 years. So remember to vote between October 12th to October 22nd. So that 10-day, you have no excuse, and Markham is making convenient for you to vote online. And we were the first municipality that introduced the online voting system. So you can vote technically 24 hours without going to bed to sleep, right? So there's no excuse not to vote. And I think our city have done a great job in launching this technology. And we are, if I'm not mistaken, we are almost the first municipality that did that online voting, right? So one last time, remind you to vote on October 22nd. You have a moral responsibility, right? It really doesn't matter how you're going to vote, who you're going to vote, but keep in mind, you have to go to vote. That's only I'm asking you. Thank you very much. Oh my goodness. You know, my assistant, that's why I said she's very good. She said, I forgot to thank my wife, Yvonne. My son, Melvin, is here, I believe. Where are you, Melvin? Oh, it's here. And my other two children, Francis and Phyllis, have to man out the restaurant. You know, we just started a new restaurant, so the mom kept them busy working in the restaurant. And also, I have my immediate family. My mom is sitting right in front of me. She's 80 plus, but I think she's look younger than me. Because she can walk far, not me, right? And also my sister-in-law, Alice Lee, is here, and my sister Georgina and brother-in-law. Okay, so thank you for my family, and I know your support is always important, and thank you again.
歡迎所有現場嘅朋友。Again, on behalf of Oriental Culinary Arts Society of Canada, we welcome all of you. Happy New Year and Happy Lunar New Year, which happens very soon. And for those of you who follow the Chinese calendar, you probably know that spring is already here in the lunar calendar. So it's a good day for celebration. We thank all of you for joining us. And before we have our celebration here tonight, why don't we all rise to our national anthem? From our President Paul Huang of the OCASC.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Councillors Lee, Vinny, Richard Charles. On behalf